everyone, I hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to probably, through the clients that I've coached, hundreds of clients over the past 7 years, okay, in personal training and transformation on various goals, various levels. The people I've seen to be the most successful in are those that want to lose weight, get stronger, build muscle, changing their habits. And as you can tell, to achieve any goals, you kind of need 3 out of those 4 at least. Okay. They do these 5 things every week. They did it when they joined or started with me, but they do. And so these are the top traits that I've seen from clients who have been the most successful in the everlasting change in their life. And if you know, I talk a lot about sustainability as opposed to temporary fixes that will get you somewhere, and then you might need relapsing, or you might relapse. I talk about sustainable ways. Even if you look at my tips on how to lose fat, tips on how to know you're making progress, tips on, all my tips are very sustainable ones. Both with fitness, nutrition, mindset changes. This is everything, okay? And not everyone that comes to me comes already with those elements. That's why I call myself a coach and not only a personal trainer. And that's why I coach in various areas in life, because a lot of it is how I get through to you and what we do together for you to achieve your goals. But I am there making you accountable, pushing you, as well as educating you, whether it's to do with the technique or exercises, whether it's to do with your life, whether it's to do with mindset, whether it's to do with nutrition, whether it's to do with understanding your own body composition as well, and making sure we target that, depending on what your goals is. So I just want to give you some insight, because I'm someone who's blessed enough to have seen hundreds of people change their life at this point in my career. If I look at other people that are not people that I've coached, obviously that would go up to thousands. And while some of these things I put here or I'm going to discuss might not be sexy or aesthetic or something that you want to hear, like eating some of the same foods or staple foods, for example, it's some things that you're going to be able to take away and implement. I'm not saying any of this is sexy and fun. I said it's what most successful people that I've coached end up implementing to change their life more or less forever. Do you have to do these things? Are there outliers? Of course there are. But these things that I'm going to discuss I found to be the most apparent and common amongst people who've created the best change in their life. And that's why I want to share some with you, because it's how I also work with clients and I've seen what they've done. And on a separate note, alcohol can be a touchy subject that some don't want to really dive into. I'm not being facetious or making fun of anyone when I say I'd go talk to someone about it if you feel it's out of control. I'm talking about more or less an addiction, or you need it every night to chill. We all have addictions, even a sugar addiction, even like emotional eating, and I've been there. And sometimes we need to get to the root cause of it. That's all I would say. I'm being 100% serious, and I've encouraged a lot of my clients where they feel they're not in control of something. They'll talk to me, but if it's beyond what I can do, to be honest, which has been very rare, but if it's been a lifelong journey with alcohol every single night, that is beyond me. And I also don't want to turn into their counselor during their PT sessions. I have clients that we do life coaching, and I do their transformation, body transformation goals as well. So we do the life coaching part where we make sure mindset is going in the right direction. We're getting our life in order. We can touch on those things. And then also in terms of the personal training sessions they have with me, some of them are online and some of them actually join sometimes my online group training because I hold some of those classes. So if it's something where, you know, the person is also struggling, they might feel more comfortable to discuss it with someone they haven't built a relationship with. Like many of my clients, I've built solid relationships with them, obviously professional, but also on a friendly manner. We're all humans and we get to know each other, and I've had clients for so long. I'm not talking about only clients that come on a 6-week program of dedication of nutrition and the online training and follow-up and the WhatsApp that I'm available on or whatever. I'm talking about clients that have been with me, that come to me and are on like a 14-20 week, because they lose substantial amount of weight. We lose weight and we get to a very healthy, lean body composition. Some of them actually want to be in cover magazines for physiques, not necessarily compete, but get into that. So there's multiple goals, and it does take that amount of time, and they walk away so happy they invested in someone of quality as opposed to cost, looking at something that's cheap like a 4-week program where they're continuously, I made a video about this, if you're continuously hopping from different program to program, yet they're not achieving the goal. In the end, you spend more on those than you do on someone who is credible, educated, and can get you where you need to be. Whether it's 6 weeks, whether it's, I can tell you exactly where you'll be in 6 weeks, I can tell you where you'll be in 12 weeks, I can tell you where you'll be in 14, 20 weeks, and you can decide where you want to be. The thing is, if you decide for like a 4-week plan, I have no issue with that, but I'm going to be very clear in terms of what goals we can get during that time, but what you can get also beyond that time. And should you at one stage decide to actually tweak it because we're making excellent progress, then we can do. But it's about going on a journey that's sustainable, and that also with that journey you get the best physique aesthetically, health body wise, because we've done it on a very healthy mode where you've seen progress along the way, but it's not been so drastic where it impacts you. If you're not able to go without alcohol for a few days, it is where I say speak to someone, because there's a relationship there and there's a root cause. Just like someone who's overeating, just like someone who was overweight, just like I was overweight, just like sometimes maybe I'm having a stress day, I might grab something to eat. I'm aware of what I'm doing, but there's a root cause there, and so I know my root cause. It's the same. It's, if you just don't want to talk to anyone about it, it's fine. And I'm just saying that because I know some people, as soon as they think of a fitness journey and someone brings up alcohol, they don't want to hear it. Let's dive into the traits that we worked on, and the clients have as soon as they leave or we've finished a program, To be honest, when my clients leave, they often return with a new goal or a new accountability. They just want some accountability. So they might go from 4 sessions a week or 3 sessions a week to, if they're competing, then we do try to do 5 sessions sometimes. But it might go down to 2 sessions if they just want accountability to sustain where they're at. Now, number one, so just to recap what we're looking at the traits where I've seen the most success in my clients, whether we've built it together, whether they've come with 1 or 2 traits or not. One is eat more or less the same foods and meals on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis. It works because it's easier to track, it's easier to know your calories for the day, and you don't have to think about your food, which also allows you to be more consistent, and all leading to results. If we think about the same foods, it generally means that it's quick, easy to do, and to prepare, as opposed to all different foods, which sometimes means you need to go into the kitchen and actually be a chef of a cuisine. That is a very simple example. To cut out or massively cut back on some of their addictions. So sugar, alcohol, and that's why I addressed alcohol. Can you make progress drinking alcohol? Yes, you can. But it takes a substantially longer time to do so, depending on the amount of alcohol you are consuming. I'm not talking about a weekend day where you're going on having, and maybe a night during the week where you have a glass of wine or what else. I'm talking about a lot more of a consumption. Go without alcohol for a certain amount of time, and it depends on what your intake is and then how we adjust it. And you can watch your progress if you've tried not cutting back on alcohol and then you do cut back a little bit on alcohol, or you manage it. If you can't do that and you find that you need alcohol every day, then that's where I would suggest to look at the root cause of it, because like I said, we're all addicted to something that masks a kind of a pain. Prioritize sleep. I'm a big one for sleep, only because I feel like a dead zombie if I don't have a good amount of sleep. And I find I need to be very careful with my sleep. I'm not the best sleeper. I'm not one of those that put my head on a pillow and then no. So just as much as you prioritize breathing air, sleep is really important. And I know it can be tough if you're someone who's always in your head, if you have kids and other things that can distract you. But the amount of difference between 6 and 7 hours sleep can be versus 4 to 5 hours sleep is tremendous. And I say this because I'm someone who would get around 5 hours sleep, and I've seen it at the end of the week. I am just like not me, and then I need to get that 6 or 7, and when I get to the 6 and 7 hours, even if it's disruptive sleep, because even if I've woken up a couple of times in the night, I feel so much different. Sleep makes the rest of your journey so much easier, especially when we're working on goals or you're on your journey. You need sleep, not only for rest and recovery. Check out the rest and recovery methods video that I've done, by the way. But it really helps you mentally, it helps you physically, your emotional well-being as well. It's just like, it's crazy how important a rested night's sleep is. Lift weights 3 to 4 times a week. I've said this in several videos of different subjects. There are physical and mental health benefits that come from lifting weights, that you simply cannot duplicate or replicate through another form of activity. The quickest way to feel better about yourself is to pick up some heavy weights. And if you do that, you know what I mean. Cut out excuses. I don't mean to be that guy who's like, bah, your excuses, you're always making excuses. But at some stage it's true. Like, I've seen clients that don't make excuses. I've seen clients that make valid excuses, like, oh, Zaina, I didn't sleep last night. I feel like I've been dragged through the hedge. And what we do, half the time they don't even want to cancel their workout. Whether I would or not, I give them that opportunity because I want to see what is said, but I tweak that workout. And so there are clients that don't know how much they can push themselves to. So I don't blame anyone, but this is why a coach is good. And even for myself, I've seen it. I can go beyond what I do, and I'm a self pusher, but I can go beyond what I do. Like when I first started, and when I started then becoming a PT and a coach, and I understood what my 1 repetition max is, I'll go into that in a different video if you're not sure about it. I was like, whoa, I could do a lot more here. Like, what am I doing? I'm like playing in kindergarten here. And then I started pushing myself and going from endurance hypertrophy to hypertrophy and strength, and switching between those. But you can really, by having a coach, you'd be able to be pushed even further. And that's for every role model you follow. They've got a coach, they've got someone behind them. You cannot look for and accept reasons why you can't do something. What I mean by the excuses is people actually look for excuses. They don't have it at the top of their head or a justified reason. They'll actually look at it, and half the time they're not aware that that is the pattern that they have. And sometimes I have to drill in, and I then make my clients aware indirectly, and I can see it as soon as they know I've hit it. That they start realizing, actually, she's right. Why am I making these excuses? Or they see the patterns, the light goes on, like I've hit the bullseye without saying, shut up with your excuses. Indirectly, I've drilled in to try and understand, and it just hits them without me needing to say anything else. You have to look for and embrace reasons why you can do something. It's very hard for us, especially if we're having a crappy day, to push ourselves. And once you see it like that, you will win. And the last bonus tip, normally I say I've got 5 or I've got 20, and I end up adding 1 or 2 more. So the bonus is, don't quit. You're going to go through this journey, and a lot of times you'll want to quit, and you'll think about it. As long as you don't, you will eventually get to where you want to be, which is a lot better than not being where you want to be, or taking a bit longer to be where you want to be. Hire a coach to get you there faster if you struggle with these things, because I don't know if you've ever worked with a coach or not, but if you've worked with a coach who hasn't failed you, and I'm sorry to say there are coaches out there that might fail you, but a coach that doesn't fail you, you'll understand totally what I mean. And that's why I mentioned it before, I'm very passionate about this, because I've been in that situation where I've had to go on my own journey, and I've achieved my goals through my own self. And so for me, it's really important to be credible for my clients, and my heart is fully in every single service that I do for clients, whatever client I have. And so they're the traits that I see that maintain success. If you liked this video, give me a like, let me know, comment, let me know if you take on any of your traits, let me know what your goals are, what you're currently working on. And also, I will be doing a Q&A session very soon, because I often get questions. And so I'm going to record that, or I might go live and answer those questions. So do subscribe so you get notified. I see that a lot of people view the shorts as opposed to videos, and I think that's because how YouTube is pushing the algorithm. But to really help you on your journey and get coached, you need to listen to more than the 1 minute shorts to get somewhere. Yeah, I'd love for you to become a part of the community. If you want to support the channel, the information is in the description box below. If you want to work with me, just information is in the description box below. If you're not sure if I can help you with certain goal or life goals or purpose or personal training, yoga, healing, whatever it is, just contact me and I can let you know, because I also have my website which you can check out. And I'll see you in our next video, everyone. Have an amazing day wherever you are.